Hello, and welcome to my tutorial on how to make a Mario 8-bit Lego pixel art. Thank you for joining me, and throughout this video, I'm going to show you what blocks you need. Some of the blocks you can switch out for other blocks if you have them or you don't have them. I'll talk to you about that. The first step is to assemble the top row. You will need two 2x1s, one 2x4, and one 2x8. To assemble it, you will take the 2x4, then one and the two 2x2s, and then the 2x8, and make a row. The next step is to do the second row. The second row, you will need two 2x4s in white, one 2x1 in white, one 2x2 in red, and one 2x3 in red. To assemble it, you will take the 2x4, the 2x1, the 2x2, the 2x3, and the last 2x4 in this order. The third row, you will need one red 2x6, one red 2x3, one white 2x3, and two white 2x1s. To assemble, you will put the 2x3 and the red 2x3 together. Then you will add the two 2x3s to the 2x6, and then you will put the two white 2x1s together at the end. Next, you'll need to assemble the first three rows. The first three rows we finished, and that means we finished Mario's hat. Now all you have to do his face. To make his face, you'll need one 2x3 white, one brown 2x3, one yellow 2x2, one black 2x1, one yellow 2x1, and one white 2x4. To do the order in which you would assemble these is the 2x3 is next to the brown 2x3, and then the yellow, black, yellow, white. These next two rows are a little bit more complicated. I used a specialty piece, this 2x1x2, but you don't have to. You can just use two yellow 2x1s stacked on top of each other. Anyways, you will need three 2x1s in white and two 2x2s in white. You will also need 5 2x1s in brown, two 2x1s in yellow, and 4 2x3s in yellow, and lastly, two 2x1s in black. You'll assemble them in a pattern of yellow or white, then the brown, then this specialty piece, then the brown, yellow, black, yellow, white for the first row, and for the second row, white, brown, yellow, black, yellow, white, with a space in between here so that this specialty piece can reach through. Then you must assemble these three rows like this. We finished the first 6 rows, which is about half of Mario's face and his hat. Next, we have to put another row on his face. Alright, so to do this, you're going to need a white 2x3, a brown 2x1, a yellow 2x4, a black 2x4, and two white 1x2s. You will take the 2x3, the 1x2, 2x4s, and the two 1x2s, and put them together in a row. Then you will put the rest of his face on top of it, like so. Alright, his last row as his face is extremely simple. All you need is two white 2x4s and two yellow 2x3s. You just put the two white pieces on the outside and the two yellow pieces on the inside. That's all you have to do. Now we have to assemble the face. Let's finish it up really nicely. Alright, that's his face. Now we have to start on his torso. First row of his torso is also very simple. All you need, 2 white 2x3s, 2 blue 2x1s, 4 red 2x2s, or 2x1s, and 1 red 2x2. You would assemble them like this. The white are on the outside, then the 2 red 2x2s, then the red 2x2, and the 2 blue pieces. Then you just crush it together, and boom. That's the first row of the torso. The next 5 rows are a little bit more complicated because I use these 2 specialty pieces, which are 2x1x5s, to as the white border around them. So it'll be a little bit more complicated. Just don't be worried that some of the next 5 rows don't have white borders. It's just because I use these 2 specialty pieces. I'll add them on in the finished product though. The next row is also pretty simple. It's really similar to the row above it. It has the 2 white on the outside, then a red 3x2, then the blue 1x2 on either side, and the red 2x2 in the middle. There's also the specialty piece on the outside, but I'll show you that in later. This row is probably the simplest yet. It only has 3 pieces. 2 red 4x2s and 1 blue 4x2. There's also the specialty piece on the outside, and that's it. This next one's pretty complicated. It involves 4 yellow 2x1s, 1 blue 2x2, 2 blue 2x1s, 1 yellow 2x2, and 2 red 2x1s. It's kind of a complicated order. It goes the 2x2 yellow, the red, then a blue, then a yellow, then a blue, and then another yellow, blue, red, and 2 more yellows. The next one's a bit complicated, but nowhere near as complicated as the last one. It involves 4 yellow 2x1s, 2 blue 2x3s, and 1 yellow 2x2. Just goes yellow 2x2 and 1 yellow 2x1, then the 2 blue 2x3s, and then the rest of the pieces go on the outside. It's pretty simple if you think about it. Also, the white pieces, the special pieces, go on the outside of this, but I don't have those to show. Alright, this is the last row that involves those white specialty pieces. It just has this blue 2x8 in the middle, surrounded by a yellow 2x2 and 2 yellow 2x1s. Now we have to assemble these 5 rows, along with the 2 white specialty pieces. Now that this part of the torso has been assembled, we can add it to his head. Now we have finished the majority of Mario. We just have to make the last row of his torso and the feet. The last row of Mario's body is pretty simple. It takes 1 white 2x3, 2 white 2x2s, 1 blue 2x2, 1 blue 2x1, 1 blue 2x3, and 1 white 2x2, or 2x1. Then, to assemble, you take 1 2x3, the 2x2, the 2x1, the white 2x2, the blue 2x3, the white 2x2, and the white 2x1 to make 1 row. Then you would attach it to Mario to finish his body. Alright, the first row of Mario's foot looks like this. It has 2 white 2x2s, 2 brown 2x3s, and 1 white 2x4. The way you assemble this is you take the 2x2, 1 2x3, then the 2x4, the next 2x3, and the last 2x2. Put them in a row like that. The last row of the foot involves 2 white 2x1s, 2 brown 2x4s, and 1 white 2x4. All you have to do is put the 2x1s on the outside of the brown 2x4s, and then put the white 2x4 in between those. Like so. Now you must assemble the shoes and put them on to Mario's body. The last row of Mario is probably the simplest yet. It involves 2 white 2x6s and 1 white 2x2. You just put them in any order and it will work. Right now, Mario can't stand up on his own, so we have to make a stand so that he can. To make the stand, you'll need 4 white 2x4s and 2 white 1x4s. You will also need a flat piece like this. It is a 4x12. To assemble the stand, you will put the 2 white 1x4s on either end, like so. Then you will take the 2x4s and put them on the inside of the 1x4s until there is a 2x4 space missing in the middle. You will need to make 2 of these, 1 for each side. Now that we have our stands and Mario, we will need to put them together to make our final product. You will take the stand and put it on under Mario, like so, on the farthest hole. You'll do the same with the second stand, except on the opposite side. Now you have a finished product, a perfect pixel art Mario.